you've been open so much about your mistakes when you were young. I loved, and I texted you about it. I loved watching, the 30 for 30 on you, and you talked about the mistakes that you made and overcoming those. There's been a lot of debate about going to Las Vegas and young players in Las Vegas with discretionary income. How do you think that, do you think that that's going to have an impact on those young guys, a negative impact? And two, what would your message be to them?
Yeah, Jay, I mean, you can't get around the fact that it's going to have an impact on players, young and old. It's going to have, it could have an impact on people in the organization. I mean, that's just how life is. But if you're going to tell me that no team can play in a place where there's temptation and there's gambling or there's nightlife, then the Miami Dolphins got to move.
Sure, New Orleans.
The New York Giants, the Jets, they need to move. Chicago Bears need to move. All of these teams that play in cities where it's all night long, it's time for them to pick up and move somewhere where there's no threat. Vegas has all the bells and whistles, and I get that. And as a young player coming in, look, like you just mentioned, I came to Oakland. I was a young player, a lot of money. I got into trouble and mischief as a young player in Oakland. Nobody was talking about it was because of the city.
Sure.
So there's some things you're not going to be able to get around. There's going to be some young guys coming in immature with a lot of money that are going to make some mistakes. But that's mistakes anybody would make. If you're a young businessman and all of a sudden you're 21 years old, you're very bright, you get a $6 million bonus, your first bonus, what do you think you're going to do if you go to Vegas? You're going to blow a little money. So everybody puts their hands on NFL players or NBA players or whatever as if they're different than any other human being, in the world, and that's not the case.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.